Alright, man. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what's going on. There is, according to this, and I fully trust this Reddit, right? Is that the pre-release is, it says 20, it says 25, 26. Maybe it's 26 then. Because there's still a lot of bronze and silver cards that are just not released here, and that's kind of, not that it's concerning, because who cares. The actual pack itself released on the 29th and 30th. For most of us, it really doesn't mean anything, because most of us don't do pre-release, in my opinion. There's still a lot of cards that are not, they're still not revealed. So I don't know, it's a very weird release. I feel like at this point we were able to see all the cards and really make some theories about it, but yeah, kind of weird. So let's go from the top. I actually reviewed the other cards that were revealed in a video, but I'm just gonna start everything fresh from here, from this point. So let's go to the first one, Gaia of Awakening, Force Crash natural card. So I think the other one was MACHINA. So now this legendary is gonna be MACHINA, 12 cost. Must be a way to lower this. At the end of your turn, subtract 4 from the cost of this card if at least 4 cards were played this turn. This follower must be in your hand for this effect to be activated. That's nice. It would be actually better if it didn't happen like that. Fanfare, if at least 4 other cards were played this turn, destroy 4 random enemy followers. In the current state of Natura, Forest Natura, right? So that's not that that's easy to do. My only issue is keeping this card in your hand and then you're always playing 4, which if you think about it, 4 is May. So how often do you see May get activated? I think you see May get activated a lot. But the part that really pisses me off is that when you finally get to play it for a card that literally can't be played unless certain conditions are met, it destroys 4 random enemy followers. So you have to be like in a struggle kind of situation, which I guess you could save it. Like if you're thinking about fighting against Sword and they flood the board, which they usually do on turn 8 and 9, and then try to kill you with ZEUZ on 10. But let's say you do play this, you still don't have a win con in Natura. I feel like that's kind of the issue. Natura kind of like is about outvaluing you. Forest Natura is still pretty much Roach. It's Roach based, so you could pretty much get this low, very, very low, and then maybe play it for free, clear the board, and then kill with Roach. That's a possibility as well. So it's an okay card. I definitely like it. I definitely think that it's good. My issue is that you see decks, they work so good. They work perfect. And then you add another card and it's like, what do you take out for this? Do you feel confident that you can draw this? Have it like sit in your hand until it gets activated 3 times. That's what it's saying, subtract 4. So 4 times 3 is 12. So you activate that 3 times and then it takes 0 cost, 6/6 that destroys 4 followers, but again you have to activate the 4 thing again and then do it. So interesting. I'm very interested to see that. I think people are definitely going to use it though. I think that destroy 4 followers, they can only have 5. So I mean the odds of you dropping this for like 0 or 4 itself is crazy. So definitely going to see this card a lot in Natural Forest. I don't think you really want to run it too much in Machina, but Machina is having a lot of reduced cost stuff, so maybe it might be able to slide right into the Machina deck as well, because they're gonna have a lot of low cost stuff and may be able to get this Awakening down. So that card's really good. So does this reduce cost too? I don't know. Next up, I reviewed this card, but I didn't release the video. The Pompous Prince. He was called something else. This card was really nice. I actually was in game trying to see the thing. I'll do it actually. Altar Spear is rotating, so we don't need to look at that, right? So Rebel Spear, Glory, Verdant, Coliseum, and any other officer that they specifically want to put into the game, right? So we put boom, officer, create cards so we can see any that's actually, going to be there. So first off the bat, Lux played Ariat is stupid, because it would then become a 5/6. That's ridiculous. Lencia is sorry, I forgot that she deals with officers. Lencia, and she's those 2 are pretty much the best cards that are gonna come for that. Those 2 cards, because now she becomes a 4/6 that can evolve for free if the Union Burst is active, and then she's a 4/6. She's gonna evolve into a 6/8. Yeah, you don't want that smoke. It's very, very insane, those 2 cards. But then you also have Steadfast Samurai. If she's in a deck, now she's a 2/2 evolving into a 4/4 that it's going to be very hard to remove, because there's not many spells that are going to hit for 4. Well, there are a few that cost 3 that hit 4, but you have to have them and you have to hit her. Before I feel like she was easier to deal with because of how she was only at 3, and yeah, making her tanky I feel like was always a pretty viable strategy to kind of make it hard to take her out. Another really good officer that's going to come from this is going to be the Twin Sword Master, because now he's going to be a 4/4 threatening 8 damage if you leave him on the field, and also just a little bit harder to take out. Again, like I said, these cards have to be in the deck If you have them in the hand, it's not as good. So if you have them in your opening hand and you have any other officers, you might want to pull them back. You still have to wait for the Evo turn, and you do have to use an Evo. I still think it's pretty good. Another really good thing about it is that he is a commander. So for cards like the Twin Sword Master, it's easy. I feel like that's why I was gonna put Leon in my sword deck, because of the fact that, you know, having a 2-cost commander was really, really good. So yeah, that's really good. He doesn't really work with Kagemitsu. I think it actually ruins Kagemitsu a little bit, because then you make him a, when you use this enhance, he becomes a 2/2 follower. Well, a 3/2 follower, so he can trade into something a little bit fatter. I guess that's not that bad. But the other thing that I don't like is that now he has the 2 defense, so he might not die as automatically as he used to. So I'm pretty sure that might cause some contention with this, but not. I don't think it's going to be a huge big deal. Not really. The other thing I would like to see is if when cards like this are active, when it picks a card from the deck. So will Kagemitsu come +1/+1 you know, evolve? And any other officer that comes with this courtly dance, I think that might be interesting to see as well. Very, very interested in how effective this card is going to be in the sword deck, but obviously it's really good. Next up, we have the Healing Dragoon. If this is discarded, restore 3 defense to your leader. At the end of your turn, restore 3 defense to your leader, giving Dragoncraft some heals. Interesting. It is a 4-cost 2/6. I don't know if it can fit in the natural deck that's currently available, or if it's going to fit in the Machina deck, but it looks pretty good. It's a decent card. I think it's really good for like take 2. It's a really good take 2 card, because it's just kind of like, if you see it there, it's not the worst thing. They do have to deal with it. It has 6 defense. Evo 4/8. So very pesky defense. Yes, there's a lot of Bane, I think, that's coming in this expansion, and that still exists right now. So it could just die to a 1/1, you know, but still pretty good. Here we go, Dragon with the longest of definition. Storm Peliciosaurus, I guess. Give your leader the following effect, and it lasts for the rest of, this was the first thing. Does this last for the rest of the match? Of course it lasts for the rest of the match. Whenever you discard a card from your hand, deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower and 2 damage to the enemy leader, regardless of the number of cards discarded. Okay, that's a little bit balanced. This effect is not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match. If you have 10 play point orbs, gain the ability to evolve for 0 evos. That's really good, because it does have its own evo effect. Discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. If the discarded card was natural, restore 2 defense to your leader. So it actually adds a lot of flavor to it. But see, discard Dragon, which is actually an old school strategy. The old school strategy, I mean, you can still do it unlimited with I think it's the Dragoon. I think that's the name of the card. It's like every card that gets discarded, you take 1 damage or 2 damage, and it's crazy. And then if you do this, it's an extra 2 damage. But if you do it consistently, then it's even more damage. But this, I feel like what this is that it's another way to just give Dragoncraft Natura just a little flavor. It doesn't have Storm, even though it has Storm in its name. It doesn't actually have Storm. If there's more cards that maybe discard and help you draw, discard and draw, discard and draw, then I think that this card would be a little bit better, because I feel like there's some other cards that are in Dragon, like the Inori, even though it gives lethal a lot of the times. I think that this might be a little bit more consistent with a little draw discard package, because again, we haven't seen like a lot of the other cards, so maybe there's some viability to this. But at the moment, I think it's cute, but I don't think it's gonna fit in the deck unless there's more ways to discard cards outside of itself. Next up is the Crimson Waltz. Weird, it's the mono Urus card, so you guys should know by now because I've done this 16,000 times. Use place point equal to the card's cost to play either one of the other card, and then there's a condition that both happens. So Uri's conflict most likely is deal 3 damage to an enemy leader, and Mono's is recover 1 evolution point. And you know what? I might be wrong on that, because I feel like it might be switched. Uri's conflict. No, it is that. Okay, it's because of course he's gonna hit the face. And let's look at what the other card looks like. Ooh, a free Evo for 2 cost. That's kind of disgusting. Especially because there is that card in Blood. Not that you'd play it, but this card, the 2 cost card that gives you vengeance for free. There's also a lot of other cards that can give you vengeance. So like it makes you almost like maybe think a little bit about a vengeance deck, because those cards are still in the package. I think they're not going away. I think we're still gonna have Azazel. He's still gonna be in the mix, and also the other card, the 10 cost big. Not 10 cost. Oh, I thought she was 10 cost. 8 cost Big Mama that just automatically gives you vengeance as well. And then for 2 costs, you can hit their face and recover an Evo point for 2. That's a lot of value. A lot of these cards so far that we've seen have been really, really, really good and might be mainstays for other things. I think this card is pretty good because I think for 2 costs, give a evolution point back is kind of hard to resist, whether you're in vengeance or not. And then 2 cost deal 3 damage to the enemy without actually like the razor claw. It's like a razor claw replacement. You don't even have to hit yourself to activate it. So that's really, really good in my opinion. Now the other card, it's not highlighted right now, but I know that this was the other card that was revealed. Neon Daybreak Vampire. Ward. Fanfare, if another allied Machina follower is in play, destroy one of it and evolve this follower, which, yeah, that's kind of dumb. And then we're going to see at the end of the turn, summon 2 assembly droids. That's happening regardless. If at least 10 allied Machina followers have been destroyed this match, give all other allied Machina followers +2/+2 and ward. Now what's really good about this is that it doesn't actually, it's not a leader effect, so she actually does have to stay on the field in order to summon the 2 assembly droids and to give them +2/+2 and ward. Let's not forget about and ward. She doesn't pump herself up, so that's a little bit of a balance to it. But as we know, the Mechashot Devil is definitely putting an assembly droid. It does need the Evo to do it, but it is going, eventually you're going to get this effect activated. Machina Blood just looks ridiculously strong right now. You still got mono, you still have gear type tamer, which I don't really know. You really want to work this. Still got the armored bat, unleash the nightmare. We know how that goes when you have nothing but Machina. Mechaforce Devil, you still have slain and the Sanguine Core, which yeah, I don't know if you really need it, but you still got it, you know, whatever. And then of course the Metal Blade Demon, which is one of the best cards to help you draw like a crazy man into the freaking slain turn. Now I even have this sorted out, so again, this is excluding Alta Spear, and if I even clicked it, there's nothing Machina related in this at all. So you see I click Rebellion, that's gone. So even though it's as strong as a package it is, most of the cards that are in here, I take out Rebellion, so the next expansion, then we're kind of like Machina Blood is dead, but it's gonna be pretty active for the time being, just saying. Next up is the Iron Stinger, which is, this name is definitely going to change. That's a terrible name. This is Portalcraft Machina. Put a paradigm shift into your hand. Evolve, summon an ancient artifact. Ancient artifact, as we know, is the, I think the 3/1. I said as we know and then said like I think. So paradigm shift for, what is this, a 4 cost? That's a 4/4/3. And put Paradigm Shift into the hand. Paradigm Shift is this, a 7 cost card that looks weird. Whenever an allied artifact follower is destroyed, subtract 1 for this cost of the card. Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. See, it's like, aren't you Machina? Machina artifacts? What? Was that ever a thing? I don't know. But these are 3 different artifacts, so I feel like even though he's Machina, this is the same thing they did before. They made some of the Machinas like artifact based. This is 3 different new artifacts. It says choose to pick one, which is kind of weird. Maybe there's a reason for that. Protector artifacts. So now we got new artifacts coming in. That's really good. So this is gonna boost the power of Modesty, boost the power of some of these other cards. This is a 5 cost 4/6 Ward Bane. Dear God, help us all. Edge artifact is a Rush Drain, 3 cost fire. It's a 5 cost 3/4 Rush Drain. That's really good. Definitely giving some much needed healing to, well, there's gonna be healing with the other guy, but with dang, I can't remember his name. Baphomet, I couldn't think of his name. And the last one is the Blitz artifact, which is a storm. It's a 2/2 storm. The last words deal 2 in it, so it's kind of like 4 damage to the face unless they kill it, which is still good. Like, the cool part about this is that you're adding artifacts to Portal, and we haven't been thinking about that at all. We've been thinking about Machina. Natural Portal has never really been a thing. So let's see something. So you're always thinking about this thing, right? I think before the highest you can get this was 4, if I'm not mistaken. You have this, right? This is another Portal Machina that does something with artifacts. So that gives you the Purificating, that's 1. Radiant Artifact, that's 2. Ancient Artifacts, that's 3. Mystic Artifact, that's 4. And I think that is it. I'm pretty sure that those are the more common ones. Oh, Analyzing is 5. I didn't do Analyzing. So 5? And then I guess the big one will be 6. I'm trying to find a card that actually summons that thing. I guess it's gone. Oh, I forgot about these. So this, I'm at 5, 6, 7, the Guardian Golem and the Strike Form Golem. And now you have these. So now, in a sense, you can actually get 10. You can actually get 10 damage, I think. Now, it's coming from this card, but this card's only generated from this. Now, Paradigm, like this card, and it even has Evo. I didn't even think I said that. Evo Summon Ancient Artifact, which is cool. Anyway, I mean, the Portal deck was strong. The Artifact deck was strong because it was very, very stally. It was kind of messing around with the floating and the mana and everything like that. And then you kind of just hit them with, you either had this Awakening Ragna in the deck, and then you kind of hit them with a thing. Shiva was a nice little finisher. You're not going to see Shiva because I don't have it filtered or neutral. And then a lot of people was also finishing with the Omniscient Kaiser, you know, because they were just stalling out with all the artifact spam and all that other good stuff. Oh, I forgot they had this card. Oh my god, yo, Portal. Yo, I forgot Magna Giant was a thing. Portal Machina is looking super strong. Are you gonna play Artifact? I think it still has some viability just because of how effective it was. And if you slow down the meta, if you're not fighting things like Natural Dragon, which just does damage to your face and you can't do anything, and you're just having value trades all over the place, I think you actually can beat a lot of decks with Portal that's coming up in the next meta. So I'm actually really excited for Portal. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's going to be it for me. Again, we still need to see a lot of the bronze and silver. As you can see, like the Healing Dragoon kind of puts some perspective into the game, you know, like we definitely need to see some more of the bronze and silver. I think, is that all of note? Portal still needs another legendary. 3 still missing, so Portal needs it, Shadowcraft needs to reveal some stuff, and Sword needs to reveal its other legendary. And then I feel like that's usually what they've done in the past. It's just that usually everything's out in the open quicker. Maybe they're waiting to the day before the pre-release to kind of like really drive it home. I don't know. So maybe they'll release, if this releasing on the 25th, then I'm assuming maybe everything will drop on the 24th, like everything will drop tomorrow. Maybe later today, not that I'll do a video, but they'll release the last legendaries, then they'll be done. All the golds are revealed, and then they'll just go through a little campaign, just like dropping all the bronze and silver cards so we can finish it off. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Just remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.